Well, good morning. It's a bright sunny day here, and we're gonna do a full garden tour today. And so this is a giant pumpkin plant. You can see some hail damage on it. This is my 366. This seed grew in 1177 in France last year, and it was just beautiful, so orange. This other plant is also a 366. And over here is my own 500 seed, and this has grown 3 Howard Dale Awards for me. That's the prettiest pumpkin. So it's also very orange. That little flag, that's the 10-foot mark. I'm gonna have to do something different when we get there because the flag will whip around and batter the main vine. Over here, and this looks like a lot of empty space, but all of this will be filled in with leaves. All of it. Got some field pumpkins, regular Halloween type pumpkins. These are the giant field. I'm hoping for a 100-pound field pumpkin. We'll see. I've got a little watermelon patch here. I'm using the fabric to try to warm the soil. I've never grown watermelons well before. They don't work for me. They don't work in my soil, and they don't work in my climate. But we're gonna try again. And beyond there's some, between those two blue flags, there's some kale. You can't hardly see it yet. That was the second planting. Over here, I've got some rows of beans, and the germination on these was very bad. These are actually shell beans. I want them for shell beans. And here you can't even see them, but there's some okra. It's coming up. Of course, the tomato patch is looking fantastic for this time of year. Very happy with it. Here on the 764, you'll see how this focuses. Got some really nice. Ooh, that one's broken. Well, that didn't take. Too bad. Walk around here. Next is the garlic, but I'm going to walk this way and show you how I've kind of arranged the plants. They're kind of zigzag through the space. One in the background, one in the foreground, and so forth. They're all looking really good. They're not perfect because they never are, but they look good for this time of year. Got a little greens patch here, and we had some volunteer garlic. We just left them. Now they're wanting to take over, but okay. Some kale there. Got a bed of onions. That's a 40 square foot bed. All these beds in the section are 40 square feet. Got cucumbers here. And we could use the space a little better, but it's what it is. Cucumbers are coming along. There's actually a few cucumbers forming down there. But we grow them up these cages that they're a little flimsy for tomatoes, but they work fine for cucumbers. A row of green beans, 2 rows in this raised bed. There could be 3 there. We just didn't do them. Carrots. Carrots this year haven't germinated very well, and we had some older seed. Keep that in mind. If your seed is getting old, you're going to want to replace it on some things. Some things they'll germinate for many years, and some things they won't. Onions and carrots, I think, are in that category. What I'm showing now is some beets. Looking good. I think that's some, is it parsley or is it, I'm not sure. Peppers. A few extra potatoes, more on that in a minute. A few extra cucumbers, they're looking really good. We got some sweet potatoes here. Started out as ornamentals, but we had too many, so we said why not put them in. Okay, potatoes. I kind of wanted to focus on potatoes today. I see a lot of people growing potatoes and they seem to struggle a little bit with them. You know, I think for us they're the easiest thing we grow. So that's 40 square feet, and there's 3 beds like this. So 3 beds, 40 square feet, different varieties. The first 2 are Yukon Gold. This bed here is reds, Pontiac Red, and you know, you plant them 5 inches down and keep them weeded, and that's it. They grow. You want your soil to be loose. You want to get out with a pitchfork or a shovel and loosen that soil up. Plant them at least 5 inches deep, and then get ready for good potatoes. Over here, the regular pumpkin patch. There's a little sign there. And this pumpkins run across the back all the way. There's some strawberries here. This is new this year. They're coming along really well for first year plants. I mean, yeah, they're very small and they haven't filled in yet. But that's okay. Reestablishing a new patch is always good. These are the raspberries, and they're looking good as usual. We have more raspberries than we can use, and we invite people to come over and pick some raspberries. It's fun. Okay, we had too many potatoes, so this is the second method of doing potatoes for me. I don't know if you can see it on this video, but the soil is mounded up, and I've got just a you know, it's a little work. Get out your shovel, mound up the soil, again plant them 5 inches deep and let them grow. I've got them so there's 2 across all the way down, and that alone is probably larger than the 40 square foot beds. We're gonna have excess potatoes. Here comes the sun. A row of peas here, and there are 4 across, and some of them climb on the fence in the middle, and the ones on the outside climb on the plants on the inside. Works really good. Nice thing about living in Idaho is even if my potatoes fail, which they never do, but if they did, the farmer would just give me some. Got some good friends who are farmers. They grow potatoes. There's a couple rows of corn that they're just recently planted. You can hardly see them. And there's some other corn. It's been in for 4 to 6 weeks, I think. Just coming on. This will all fill in. Then 2 other banks of peas. Again with mounded soil. Little fence running down the middle. I think those reach 15 feet long. And the seeds are planted 4 across, so you know, 1, 2, 3, 4 rows, if you will, although you can't see rows anymore. They're just all growing together, and it's densely planted, of course, but they love it. It's just fine. It doesn't hurt them at all to be, you know, all densely planted like this. Looking good. Down at the end of this row is the sugar snap peas. They'll just pick and eat. You come out in the morning and pick some peas. Before you know it, the raspberries are on. And there's breakfast. This is another 366 Warren. Over on the west side, got more pumpkins along the back, small pumpkins. And finally, the other plant on the west side is a 1533 Henkin. And this grows orange pumpkins as well. There are no ugly pumpkins in my patch. They're all going to be orange. And this is the first time I've made it this part of the season with 5 healthy plants. That shade will probably come down today. We're kind of have some colder weather, and the light keeps changing. It's kind of fun. All right, that's it for the mid-June update. We'll come back in a month from now, and this will be one sea of green, except for some nice red tomatoes. So thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time.